Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for May 17th. May 17th is the 137th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 138th in leap years, with 228 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is rancor. Rancor is a noun that means bitter, deep-seated ill will. Yikes. Example sentences using the word rancor might include, the bond between the two former friends had deteriorated into an irreconcilable rancor, or the rancor between the exes made them impossible to be around, or ill-considered and inflammatory, the politician's speech only fueled rancor among his detractors. This word comes to us from Middle English, Anglo-French before that, and ultimately from Latin. First known use of the word rancor is in the 1300s, rancor. And with that, on May 17th, Henry VIII was successful in his attempts to have his marriage to Anne Boleyn annulled. As we've mentioned before, Henry was a willful man with a wandering eye, married and divorced multiple times before it was the popular thing to do. On May 17, 1673, Louis Joliet and Jacques Marquette began exploring the Mississippi River. This is the birthday of English physician and microbiologist Edward Jenner, born May 17, 1749. In a time when smallpox outbreaks routinely killed 1/3 of its victims and blinded 1/3 of its survivors, Edward Jenner is the one who observed that milkmaids who had contracted cowpox didn't seem to be affected by smallpox. He put that observation to the test, as we've talked about fairly recently, and his efforts may very well have saved more lives than any other man. Edward Jenner lived to the age of 73. Now, are there any investors or stock traders out there? It was on May 17, 1702 that the New York Stock Exchange was formed under probably one of the most important financial documents in U.S. history, the Buttonwood Agreement. 24 stockbrokers signed this agreement outside 68 Wall Street under a buttonwood tree. And if you're wondering what in the world is a buttonwood tree, that's another name for a sycamore tree. Back to the event, though, May 17th is celebrated as the founding date of the New York Stock Exchange. Happy birthday, NYSE. Human birthdays for today include actor Dennis Hopper, born May 17, 1936. He lived to the age of 74. Blues singer-songwriter known as Taj Mahal, born May 17, 1942. He turns 81 in 2023. Irish singer-songwriter and producer Enya, born May 17, 1961. She turns 62 in 2023. So many interesting things have happened and interesting people born on May 17th, and we can't possibly cover them all, but I'll include a link to another episode for May 17th if you'd like to see some other things I talked about before. Today's song is Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. Written by Michael Masser and Linda Creed, The Greatest Love of All was originally recorded by George Benson in 1977. That version did very well and has been covered by a number of significant artists, but the version many are familiar with is the version by Whitney Houston. Released in March of 1986, Whitney's Greatest Love of All hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for the first of 3 weeks. Watching this video and preparing today's episode, I got goosebumps. I'm so sorry that Ms. Houston is no longer with us. What an amazing voice and delivery she had. Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Do not disturb.
Okay, I turn do not disturb on.
Good job. Third time better be a charm. There's no "the" there. One more time. Attracting. Just read the whole thing over. Are you making some sound? Get on out of here. Yeah, we're gonna edit that out. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.